case you couldn't tell what we were talking about.
What, the amazing SPUM film,
Yes.
Madam Web.
Quality over
Quality
quantity.
SPUM. Quality
over
SPUM.
Quality SPUM, yes.
Speaking of quality SPUM, hello, welcome back to another episode of No Bubble Podcast with myself, George, and himself,
Dakota Madam Conor Johnson.
Mike. You know what to do.
No. Yeah, please. I'd like to wear a blindfold, but not in that. Garb.
Kinky. No. That's the best thing about fan art. It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, we've been talking too long. We should have had some of it on the recording.
We have too much. Well, we were talking, but also we were listening to Mr. Sunday Movies review of Madam Web.
Yes.
And we could have probably just sat here listening to that, and that could have been the episode. Because, my God. I mean, obviously, we will go into... I don't even know if you can count spoilers, because you've seen it or you haven't, for Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
SPUM film
movie,
number 4. Yeah.
SPUM 4.
SPUM 4.
Is it? Wait, so...
SPUMtastic 4.
Venom, Morbius,
yes.
Venom Let There Be Carnage,
and then this.
Madam Web,
Craven
the Haunting.
Craven the Haunting. Craven's not Last Hunt?
Wait,
the first hunt?
Is retroactively Spider-Man Homecoming a SPUM film? There's something to do with Spider-Man, I think.
Something to do with Madam Web, I think, will be the tagline for every future film.
Oh,
Craven's post-credit will be, it's something to do with Madam Web, I think.
Like, quick question before we get into it, because we'll do some news and, give those that want to see Madam Web the chance to scamper off to the cinema.
I mean, if you went on
screening.
Valentine's Day, then I
wanted to do that.
Oh, God.
And I was like, is it any good? I was like, no, it's not meant to be good. But shall we go and see it?
It's a token of my love for you. Let's go and see this really awful, fantastic film.
She likes Venom. Like, loves it, but she enjoyed Venom.
Quick hot take of 4. Venom 1 and 2 are both SPUMtastic. They're definitely the best of the SPUM.
What's the counter? Because we have to have it extreme. So it's SPUMtastic and...
SPUMtastic and then SPUMless.
SPUMless. I like it.
Yeah.
So, alright. Just editor's note going forward. It's SPUMtastic or SPUMless.
Yes, damn straight.
But don't you think so? We are probably half and half because we've got.
Oh well, yeah.
I think you could argue that we'll get into it.
Of course.
But yeah, so like she enjoyed Venom. I don't know if she watched Venom Let There Be Carnage, and she definitely didn't watch Morbius. Because when I went to see that on my own at 11 o'clock.
Which one? Venom?
Morbius.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant in cinema.
Because I went to see it in the cinema, booked into the wrong thing, so I had to book it again on my unlimited card, because I'd booked it in the wrong place. And then I was like, no, it was the wrong day. So then I managed to book it again.
Go and see it.
And I was like, this is horrendous. There was about 10 people in the screening at max.
Something to do with Amy Pascal, I think.
It's something to do with SPUM, I think. That should be, you know how they got... So, just a quick thing I was going to ask you. You know they've got the Marvel Studios, like ident, like the things. Do they have one of those for the SPUM? And is it SPUM?
Is
it a big SPUM?
SPUM.
And we've got the highlights of the franchise so far, which is Venom,
Woody Harrelson
fucking molesting Eddie Brock multiple times and beating him up.
That's an edit Mike's got to do.
Matt Smith, the I am sex dance.
I am sex. Yeah, have sex.
Yeah. And 4 women standing on a building. Is that the logo intro for the SPUM?
And Watchmen in some guy out of a poor window. Hiya! Karate Kid.
It's ironic when they've done Watchmen worse than Zack Snyder.
I know. And this is meant to be the prequel. This is before we get to the established
Pre-SPUM.
promised land.
This is but then it's a different universe, so is it SPUM?
Yeah.
Is it the SPUM?
The SPUMming?
The Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters alternate universe. The SPUM owl.
The ultimate SPUM. It's the ultimate universe.
The SPUM.
Yeah, the SPUM. That's a better name. SPUM, yeah. So yeah, definitely, this film takes place in an SPUM universe.
Jesus
definitely
Christ.
not on parallel with anything that's come before it and probably afterwards.
Nothing that's spun before it or has spun it since.
Yeah, exactly. It's in its own universe, the SPUM, the ultimate universe.
So we'll talk about...
Yeah.
Deary me, some news items. Oh, I forgot to save Mike's artwork. I'll quickly do that. Well, should we talk about the Fantastic Forecasting? Because that dropped
because definitely that's
the
not
day after
SPUMtastic.
we recorded.
Yeah.
That is Spum. That is
That should be on the
that is
poster.
Spumtastic.
Yeah.
And
Better than Spum.
Fantastic was Spumless. There we go.
Spumless.
That is the new gauge of all films. Also, we need to do this. Don't you think?
I did see it. Yes,
yeah,
I did see
So you apply
that.
on TikTok to be in the thing. Because we always wanted... I mean, we'll just say, we've been campaigning on our podcast for years to be the next Unlimited advert. You could see our faces on Cineworld screens.
Coming to a theatre near you.
I will stand up and applaud myself.
Yeah, of course.
Alright, I'm going to find Mike's artwork while you talk about the Spumtastic 4.
The Spumtastic 4, better than any Spum movie before or afterwards. So, in a nutshell, if you've been on the internet, if you somehow found us and, listened to our warning / prophecies in advance, like we've discussed previously who was going to be roughly who was who. Again, articles left, right and centre have kind of stated the same 4 names rumoured to be in the roles, but surprise, on Valentine's Day, the day of the Spumtastic web, Madam Web, it got officially confirmed that Pedro Pascal, I can't remember their names, but Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eddie Quinn, Johnny Quinn, what's his name? Joseph Quinn. It's with a J.
And Eben Moss.
I think it is Backrack or Backrack.
Fuck, we should have done this. Because it's a Jewish character being played by an actual Jewish actor. I can't even.
Oh, is he actually Jewish?
Yeah,
I didn't
believe
know.
so. Yeah.
But he's also not new to the MCU. He was in Punisher season 1.
Eben Moss, Backrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I've said that wrong, Eben, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eben. Sorry, cousin.
So this is the guy that
Don't get Jeremy Allen White on us.
Michael Chiklis knew. Because Michael Chiklis went, I know who they're casting as Ben Grimm in the MCU.
Oh right, yes.
And I'm an orange rock prick.
I'm an orange rock prick, and this new person's going to take on that honour in my name. No, but if you've not seen Punisher season 1, he was Micro. Basically, he's a little handler. John Bernthal's helper in the field in the first season.
He's John Bernthal's version of Whistler from Blade.
Right. Sure, yes.
Basically.
IT man, I think. More IT oriented.
You, computer man, fix my guns.
Q or T for thing.
Oh, we could have had I don't know. I was just trying to cast Matt Berry in something. Anyway, but yeah, and as like it dropped on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day from Marvel's first family.
Yes.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four in theaters July 25th, 2025. The artwork is 60s.
Very
60s
comic book 60s
60
inspired,
suits.
Yeah,
everyone
suits.
has already
Geared up.
basically said that are they going to do the natural evolution of that to that's when they're in modern day and have the that's the logo from the John Watts version.
Okay, yeah, fine. This is pretty much the 2005-ish colours post
/ the John Krasinski suit. But yeah, I like that.
I really like that.
And do you know what's really nice?
Well,
Jack's,
what isn't nice?
really nice. Is Jack's
Yes.
creation is being played by someone with the surname Kirby.
Ah, that is very nice. I didn't. Yeah, very nice. No, I didn't realise.
I mean,
that
all
was
a
thing.
complete coincidence. Obviously,
Yes, that pure. Yeah.
None of this was planned, unless Kevin Feige really has planned it. I don't know.
Well, considering this rumour mill discussion and articles have been on the line for so, let alone a year, I feel like it has been an odd time for them to announce it. But hey, Valentine's Day, it's the day of love, it's the family, so it makes sense.
Well, they were
really.
waiting for the strikes to end. Which, did you watch the BAFTAs?
Yes.
There's a lot of jokes about the strikes. A lot of strike jokes.
Yep, Spumtastic.
And David Tennant still being gorgeous.
Great host. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people are now doing that thing of, you know, when we get something, and then
I want something more.
The internet's not happy with it.
I want it more.
We've had a lot of things of, oh well, you can't, get any better than this. Like Ewan Grufford and everyone's saying like, oh, the 2005 cast, we didn't know how good we had it. But also, what we're forgetting is that what is it? Oh, I don't even know if I screenshotted it. I don't think I did. Like we're
going back to 2015.
No, what people are forgetting is that Jessica Alba had to lighten her skin with makeup, like wear blue contact lenses and dye her hair blonde because obviously she's Latin descent.
Right. Yeah.
And Sue Storm is a very English white blonde woman, so they did that to her, ethnically toned her down, which, if anything, gives me more props to Fantastic. Because the fact that, they just straight up, it's just Michael B. Jordan's Johnny. That's it.
They just let him do
And I
his
think
thing.
they should have made it better by casting Sue as black as well, and have them be actual sisters. Sisters. Yeah, they're both women. Sorry.
Sorry.
Because
Okay.
with Franklin. Franklin Storm is the dad, right? I've not seen Fantastic since the cinema.
Neither have I.
I tried watching it on Disney Plus and it just didn't go in. Didn't go into my eye holes.
Didn't load. Oh, okay.
Like, that's a main casting thing with that, is you should have just had it like that and maybe not had Miles Teller. Like, the only person who's good in that cast is Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Maybe Jamie Bell could have done better.
Oh, Jamie Bell was I was going to say, who was the thing? Yeah, Jamie Bell.
And it's the fact that the ages don't sync up.
Right.
Because he's meant to be like 20 odd in a scene where he's like 8, and it's like nothing here.
That don't make sense.
Nothing here works.
Twin lost brother somewhere in the Fox-tastic universe.
If it's presumably set in the 60s, which we all wanted, we called displacement.
Yes, definitely copyright infringement.
And that's how you get away with they've not just suddenly existed.
Yeah.
And then that's how it happens. Like, they buy the Baxter Building when they return to the present after the blip. And that's the 1, 2, 3 question mark. You can't wait to show what's coming next. Blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
That's the Baxter Building.
Basically, phase 1, 2, and 3. Then you have a big giant question mark, and then phase 4 kicks off with the Fantastic Four officially after that movie, and that's when you go.
I think it's a shame that it's 1 not in phase 4.
Definitely
and
not
2,
on April the 4th, 2024.
That's what we said. Yeah. Also weird. Also weird that we get a new iteration of the Fantastic Four on film every 10 years. 2005, 2015, 2025.
Well, yeah.
So come in 2035.
Right, let's cast the future generation.
2035.
Let's cast
Timothy Chalamet
as
Zendaya.
Invisible Woman. Yeah, fine.
Kingsley Benadir is the Thing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Um,
and so Timothy's who? Fantastic or Human Torch?
Mr. Fantastic. He's Sue. No.
He is Sue.
And I don't know, someone else's. Some young, fit.
Kit Harington is Mr. Fantastic. Timothy Chalamet is Human Torch.
See, could Kit Harington realistically do Reed Richards? I think he could. Because it's that fucking bumbling. Like, I've got nothing against Pedro
Yeah, but then
Pascal.
Zendaya and Kit Harington, I don't know. Bit of an age gap there.
Who gives a fuck?
They could be cousins.
Yeah, but when they first started, it was Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Girl. There was a fucking age gap there in the comics, and it was the 60s,
sus.
and there was the 60s, so it was fine.
Promiscuous.
There's a fucking age gap between Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal's like 50.
He don't look it.
No, he's fucking fucking gorgeous, man.
Men are good, but he can be better.
Sorry, why are we moaning about that when of Descent? He is not a traditional fucking Harvard, white boy nerdy scholar. He is
isn't.
Ethnically fucking rambunctious and gorgeous Pedro Pascal, and that's what we want. And everyone's hating on it because suddenly it's okay to, Pedro Pascal's actually not that good an actor.
Oh no! Have you not seen the other guy's stuff? He's a wonderful person.
And
his
also,
work speaks for himself.
Is Joseph Quinn convincingly because he's sort of a flirt, ladies' man, young thing, but also.
But
as someone
Johnny
said,
in the comics.
but as someone said, no, that's what they're meant to be. And they're saying that can he convincingly play that? They don't know. But
fair enough,
once he goes through his personal training on that's not going to fucking matter. Also, they're casting for, weirdly, it's like they've cast them as the 60s. Like,
Yeah, they have.
They've gone,
yeah.
60s father figure, 60s sexy,
Yeah.
60s woman of the team, 60s rock monster.
60s rock monster. Yes.
Did I want John Cena doing motion capture
For the thing.
Yes, I did. But
Yes.
as someone who has not finished The Bear, but has enjoyed what I've seen of Eben, I'm looking forward to what he could bring
I've
to
done season 1.
Because he's a tragic character.
He
the
is a
pain of
tragic
now,
character.
he's the Frankenstein's monster of this family.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what he does with it.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see what all of them do with it. Pedro Pascal, it's suddenly, he's not that good of an actor and it's a downgrade. Look.
What the hell, people?
And also, a lot of the things that come out of people turning down Reed were for the fact that it was more of a Sue-centric script. Because Sue is the weapon of the team. Like force fields.
And you didn't even see it coming. Badoom-tish.
Yeah. And she is, she's more of the heart and soul of it. Like, she kind of binds them together in terms of the group.
Yeah.
she's Reed's wife, partner, and then wife second, and Johnny's sister. Like, she's got that great emotion. Like, even though she goes, "Oh, it's an ugly thing," like, she has a really close friendship with Ben.
Yeah.
So she's kind of the glue. So having Vanessa Kirby transition from like sort of up and coming young English
actress,
actor to
Big
from
blockbuster
starting off
mainstream.
getting a break in The Crown to then getting more into these blockbuster films, like, fucking great to see. And
Good
like
on
you
ya.
said,
Good on ya, love.
the symmetry of Kirby's creation being paid by Kirby is a beautiful sort of thing, completely by accident.
Yeah.
I look forward to it, obviously, because I love the aesthetic.
I love this.
I don't want them to
It's Matt Shackman. It's WandaVision. We had the '60s. We had the retro-inspired sitcoms. Now we've got the retro thing coming to film.
Yeah, and it's an upgrade.
Doing a different take.
And they'll probably get an upgrade when they come to the modern day, but don't make it just instantaneous. And now it's all shiny and this, like have them, because then you also get that element. If you think about it, you get the Captain America element still with the Man Out of Time, which was a lot of a driving emotional force.
Back in Phase 1,
for Phase 1 to 3, wasn't it?
Yes.
Steve like coping the people he's lost, and that ultimately ends in why he goes back in time and stays with Peggy.
That's what he does. Yeah.
But it's this family that then are existing out of time, and are they going to try and go back? Are they going to with the development of technology, stay and make it better?
Yeah. Are they going to want to stay in the future?
Or are we going to get Councillor Reeds? Because then you can have your different. Because then I want Anil Angruffid. Maybe that's how you give John Krasinski another shot at it. Because I know, it should have been Krasinski and Blunt. In an ideal world, yes, fan casts, it would have been amazing because, they're husband and wife. Yes, but also that's not what they're going for. And my whole problem with Multiverse of Madness is the writer going, well, we'll just give the fans what they want.
Fuck it.
But then that opens the whole thing of worms of, like we said, they're all MCU counterparts apart from him.
Yeah, it's
also
really going to stand out in multiple rewatches.
Get John in the Councillor Reeds.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, that'd be great. But having because the thing also is, I think Pedro brings a lot more of the meek, milder side to Reed.
Sure. Yes.
Because what Reed Richards is, when you compare him to the other, let's say, main players of the Marvel universe,
the Illuminati so far.
Yeah, in terms of leaders,
yes.
Yep. So you've got Doctor Strange. He is a leader of the Cosmic, the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
You've got Tony Stark, leader of the Avengers, benefactor in some capacity.
The
one
founder
of the main
and
guys.
establishment. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got who else is another lead?
You did have Steve, but now he's bugged off.
No, in terms of like that similar kind of type of character, you could say Professor X, leader of the X-Men. Sort of fatherly, what he should be in the MCU when we get that version is the Dumbledore of mutants.
Exactly.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Who else?
I wanted to say
Black
Thor,
Bolt?
but you don't feel like a leader. But Black Bolt,
Black Bolt,
we haven't really
like
seen him.
Royal.
Yeah.
They're all different in some ways, and there's a lot of aspects that are kind of interchangeable when you get to casting it. Because Doctor Strange and Tony, in the movies, they could almost be mistaken for similar characters because a lot of people said
similar facial hair.
Doctor Strange is Iron Man and weed.
Doctor Strange is
Ant-Man is Ant-Man is Iron Man but small. And there's there's similar characters, but obviously there's some growth and stuff to be had with
Vision
Strange.
is Iron Man's computer, but come to life.
Because what does Tony do in? Let's focus specifically on the films. I know he's a very all of these characters very complicated throughout the comic books. In terms of what they've cherry picked and streamlined into this,
cinematic universe
version of the cinematic universe is that Iron Man, genius billionaire, playboy philanthropist, turned good guy because his weapons were taken into the wrong hands, saw the error of his ways, and then maybe got too controlling and too hell-bent on isn't that why we end the fight so we can go home kind of thing? That whole put a suit of armor around the world, and ultimately makes the sacrifice play and saves the universe
and everything around it.
Reed Richards
can't do that.
Must not be Tony Stark
again. No,
because we're getting a late 40s, early 50s, very good-looking actor with some nice facial hair, with a bit of grey in his temples.
That's the key. That's the trio Illuminati triangle right there. You've got Doctor Strange, Iron Man,
and Reed. Yeah, but they're not all going to be. I mean, in Secret Wars, a version of them will all be together.
Of course,
because I don't believe for one second that you're not going to have, these forefathers of the Marvel universe and not have them all in the same room at once when you've got them all on the screen.
Permanently, yeah.
Even just for a cameo. But Reed is shy, reserved. He's not outgoing and cocky like Strange used to be, or in terms of Tony, and like, you know, Tony is the fucking... I'm trying to think of a real life person to compare to Tony, because like he's very out there and sort of look at me, and like it detracts a lot from how he's, you know, he uses the humour and the drink and everything. Like he detracts from how he is as a person, because he's very sort of flippant in some ways. But Reed is a genius, who doesn't like to show off.
So he's the Oppenheimer.
Like he's kind of sort of a bit more inward, and I think that maybe Pedro can do that a bit more.
Perhaps, and that's what swayed the
I don't want him to, because I hope they've not just gone for, you know,
Tony again.
This guy's going to be the Tony this time.
Exactly.
Because you've got that.
Yes.
You can let Strange do that.
Yes.
Because he's done that and sort of like repented more, and in terms of the consequences from Endgame, has become more of a sort of, from
similar
Strange
identity
through Infinity War to now, he is much more of a responsible kind of error of his ways. He was an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
You know, this is the path he's on thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you want the burden of that to go to someone, let that go to Strange. Let Reed do Reed and be the person that's, first and foremost, just trying to do the best by his family.
Exactly.
Whether that
Steve,
be...
not the full-on Patriot American way, but, rather than do it for
like
himself...
Shy Steve.
Sure, yeah. Reserved... Like you say, inwards, keeps it to himself, but ultimately he's not doing it for himself, he's doing it for what you say is what's best for his family.
Yeah, whether that be including his kids or just his, you know,
his
for
universe.
The four of them. Yeah,
his universe.
That's all he does anything for, in terms of, you know, what he does in the comics. Like, it's his love for Sue, for whatever the fuck his kids are called. Is one of them called Franklin?
I think Franklin's the kid, and then he's the one that then has Nathaniel, who then becomes not Jonathan Majors.
Oh, becomes... oh, no, because Nathaniel Richards
future.
is Kang. Might be
in
John
the
David
future.
Washington. Who am I?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of fucking Nathan Summers. Sorry.
Oh. See, unless Richards and Summers that's how they're going to link and shorthand it in the MCU. They're going to then go, they're both the same. He's
find
time
out.
traveller and mutant.
Well, we'll find out in Deadpool. Yeah. Did you hear about the fake beef between Josh Brolin and Ryan Reynolds?
Oh man, fake beef. I thought that was the trend between Hugh Jackman. Why has Josh Brolin got to be in it?
No, because they were in the Dune 2 press. They were asking him about like
I didn't see it.
About Deadpool, and Wolverine is like,
I'm definitely not in
like,
it.
In it is like, no, well, I don't know, maybe. Why? And it was like,
why are you asking me this?
And like, why are you not in it? Like, and if not, why are you not in it? It's like, Ryan Reynolds hates me. Oh, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, so he's in it. Okay, thanks. That's how I take it.
Because people are like, is there actually a problem between them two? Because it was kind of like realisation with that interview, like, well, yeah, fucking Cable's not in it. Like, Cable's not there. You've got Yukio. I mean, you've not got...
Even, what's her name? Domino. Domino's not in it as well. Domino's not in that bunch.
But Zazie Beetz is in it, because we've heard that, haven't we? Or have we heard that she's not in it?
I feel like she said she's not in it, from what we know.
Because I thought there was a thing of like, oh, she is in it, but like maybe we've not seen her yet.
She may be a surprise, but I don't
I hope they are still there.
I want to see Cable more than Domino. No offense.
I want to see
them both.
I want to see them at least all make the transition, because I like the fact that there is no mention of Weasel or no look at him.
Yeah, thank goodness. Yeah.
Because like, you know, TJ Miller, like, because obviously thanks Mike for correcting me on the stuff with Gina Carano, but it's just the fact that I couldn't be bothered to go back and look for it again.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's whatever TJ Miller did. The thing is, there's so much, you know, fucking negative shit that comes out of people, and
they
yes,
really do.
You know, people may have apologized or whatever. It's like, but it's just there's so much shit. It's hard to keep track of. So it's like, you know, TJ Miller was acting like a prick. It's good that he's no longer in it as Weasel. I mean, you could have just recast Weasel if you really wanted to, but Weasel's kind of a character that's Deadpool without the mask, in terms of their improv was kind of like, we've got to stop the movie for this.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That like the avocado line in the first one is, you know, that's fine. There must have been so much stuff on the cutting room floor for both movies.
I rewatched Deadpool 2 last week, and I think I'm finding with you. I think Deadpool 2 is the better one.
I
love them both.
I love that lightning in the bottle of the first one. But we shall see if there is potential fake beef. Someone who is in Deadpool 2, and we don't know if they're in Deadpool and Wolverine, is the Juggernaut, or as we know him, Christopher Walkenaut and the Walkenauts.
And the Walkenauts are brilliant.
So Mike has done
Excellent.
Christopher Walken on Vinnie Jones's CGI
Yeah,
body.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then had different
Basically,
versions of Christopher
Ben Grimm. It's Ben Grimm.
and different
Four
versions of
Ben
Christopher
Grimms.
Walken as the as Jason and the Argonauts.
So, but which? So that third one,
Yeah.
that's from View to Kill, right? That's James Bond, I think.
No, I think that's Max Schreck from Batman.
Oh, is it? No.
That's
Oh.
him from like outside his house.
Yeah,
I like
that's
old
him in
old
Best.
classic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't checked out the BMW Christopher Walken advert where everyone just does the Christopher Walken impression at him, please see it. And then the
The
Walkenator.
Walkenator, yeah.
I mean,
See, that looks semi-believable.
in an alternate 1980s,
Yeah, that could have been a thing. It could have been a thing.
did we want Robert Patrick or did we want Christopher Walken as Liquid? Come on, your
Come
parents
on.
are dead. I fucking killed them. I shot them in the face.
And
You
I
are
would do it again.
Terminated, motherfucker.
It
what
is Termintan.
What else? Marvel stuff. Oh yeah, so that was the
See,
fake
you got-
stuff. You know, maybe.
Nah,
Yeah.
you're
Check-
in it.
check
You're
out the
in
video,
it. He's
check
in
out the
it.
video.
He's in it. I take that as it.
Who else? So Emily Swallow confirms Pedro Pascal currently only really voices the Mandalorian at the moment.
Oh, not on set.
Pedro at this point is just doing the voice. Brendan Wayne is the main guy that is in the suit. He's John Wayne's grandson, and Lateef Crowder is the badass fighting machine. Because there's obviously the three of them that make the character. A lot of people complain about this, but obviously, you know, it's his schedule is not as tied up for Fantastic Four as, you know, we probably first thought. I know he's obviously got to do Last of Us season 2.
Yeah.
He's got to do at least some stuff for Mando season 4 / the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Right.
Yeah, people didn't complain when that's all Darth Vader does.
And Gladiator 2. He's
in Gladiator 2, yeah.
TBA, but he's post production. Yeah.
TBA.
TBA.
Third ring here.
Yeah.
But yeah, because James Earl Jones just voices Darth Vader and always has done since the 77. So,
Inception, yeah.
like, why is it a problem that he does that for Mandalorian?
Yeah. God damn it,
Because
people.
they're expecting him in the suit, aren't they? We've got
People's
a
demands these days.
yeah. So that was the shot.
Reuse a shot from the scissor. Oh, okay. I
Reuse
didn't
shot
know
from Spider-Man 2004. The photo to the left is
right.
from Madam Web. It's like when it swings through between the buildings up to. I think it's when Otto then like takes the tritium from Osborn's house. I think it's something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the same thing, and it was taken and used in Madam Web, which we'll talk about shortly.
Fair play. I never would have noticed that.
Oh, fucking go down, you bastard. We've got the X-Men 97 trailer.
Oh,
March,
what a trailer!
March 20th.
10. I want to say
March
10th.
the 10th.
Yeah.
March the somethingeth.
March to something of 10. Is it what? 10 episodes? 12 episodes?
Something.
13?
Some episodes.
All in one day. No, I don't think it's a one-day launch. It's just it starts March the 10th.
There's a. I know.
Oh, it is March the 20th. God damn it!
Ah, what a guess! I knew
God
there was.
damn it.
I knew there was a zero.
Yeah, same here. Yes.
I doubled
yes.
down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, but that looks great. And guess what, Connor? The
What?
internet's moaning.
Oh, just like us. No.
Morph's characterization in X-Men 97. This is a lighter take on the character who is
Yeah.
non-binary
Yeah.
and has an interesting buddy relationship with Wolverine. The character's past with Mr. Sinister, the show's villain, could also come into play. And people have said, and if Morph being non-binary makes you uncomfortable, then boy, do I have a story for you about Scott, Logan, and Jean to tell you. And also the fact that, you know, the X-Men.
I totally forgot that Morph was a made-up show in the 90s. I remember Morph from that cartoon quite distinctly, and then when I've skimmed through the comics, I've always kind of gone, where is Morph? What is Morph? Why is Morph? But then I didn't realise he was made for the show until like the other day.
But the whole thing of the X-Men is what Stanley did. It was like it's about acceptance. There's a lot of allegories for. It kind of can be attributed to a lot of things because it can sort of attribute to sort of like what you know Magneto's origin is with like from the Holocaust and like being singled out because it's about a race of people being singled out and you know
Oppressed.
they're different and so it can help you like by projecting yourself onto any of it if you suffer from you know any form of racial abuse or sexual abuse or any kind of thing you had being singled out for maybe like you know however you look you know sexually orientated or whatever and because a lot of the allegory for the films is because Bryan Singer. The only good thing he'd done about that was the fact that he used the motif of allegories to him, being gay but not have come out yet when he was in his teenage years, and it's something that drew Ian McKellen to do it because he drew from his experiences with that. Being a gay man in the industry before it was more widely accepted like it is today. Like, it's a lot of those things. It's about inclusivity in many ways. It's not just Disney making it, because fucking Tyrone Magnuson.
Yes.
He's even moaning about the wokeness of it. That's a guy who I used to sort of like semi-enjoy his stuff, and it's like, but it's not about what, like, I get that there's always a thing, and I think we're going through it now. It's the generational handover. Like, our parents, think about things differently to the way we think about things, and so like their parents and so on and so on and so on.
And how it will
because
continue,
things like adapt, change, grow, and are accepted and not accepted in different ways. Like, the depiction. If you look at Looney Tunes and their depiction of like black characters in their series or whatever, there's a reason why they preface that, because they thought it was acceptable to have those stereotypical characters. Yeah. But we know it's not now. Like, it's not acceptable. So everything changes, and I think we're in that big, like, there's a lot of people that somehow have a big voice on fucking social media, whether that be, videos or whatever. But, and they're like bitching and moaning, and it's woke and shit like that. It's just change, and it's about being inclusive and there for everyone. Like,
and
what's the fucking
and understanding?
problem?
It's how we grow as people. And like you say, we're in a Passover. Some people aren't okay with the change. It's change, it's woke, it's this and that. But
happens.
It's just, it's part of life. It's evolution.
You can disagree with it all you want in your own home, but don't go spouting that it's fucking wrong. There's, there's people that are, all different genders and sexual orientations, right? And it doesn't matter about any of them.
Your wrongs might be our rights.
They can be... No, it's like they can be... You can be whoever you want to fucking be. Don't let some fucking overgrown man or woman, child on the internet tell you otherwise. Fuck them. It's a fucking... And also, it's a fucking character in a TV show. If you don't like it that much, don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
Just like... And if you think we're wrong, then don't fucking listen to us. That's fine. We're here for the good ones. The
real ones.
The nerd Biblists. I don't know, we need a name.
The nerd Biblists. The preachers.
The preachers. The Dominic Coopers.
The Dominic Coopers.
Oh, but, yeah, fuck them, honestly. It's a load of shit. It's just moaning for moaning's sake at some point.
Yeah, it is boring.
Javier Bardem's still the first choice for Galactus.
Well, as long as he ain't the Cloud.
And a lot of people have said, like, build up and like have him the overarching villain, but it's also, how much build up can you do of this guy eats planets
in the sky, in the sky above the sky? Yeah, exactly.
We shall see. And they're looking for they're currently looking at casting the Silver Surfer as well, so we'll find out about that. Midnight Suns still rages on as a development idea with Michael Giacchino as the director. Possibility with Werewolf by Night as the kickstone for his directorial career. Hopefully, that would be great because I really like that.
He's a good pick. He's a good choice.
What else? Them fucking Argonaut things have really thrown me. Paramount Plus is looking to merge with another streaming service because it's shit.
Which
you know?
one? No, I didn't.
Apparently Peacock.
Oh wow.
Well, Paramount Plus is looking to combine it with another TV service. Yeah. So far they've talked to Peacock, Apple TV Plus and Max. I don't see Apple TV happening.
No.
Any of the other two, yeah. But this is also the thing of, that thing, like something revolutionary comes along and completely reinvents the industry. Netflix reinvented TV.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
And then it breaks it so much that it has to go back to the old model because that new model isn't working. So, like, putting ads in your TV streaming. So you basically reverse engineered, like, terrestrial television.
What you went out to do, yeah.
Like with Uber and the Black Cab.
Exactly. Yeah.
Basically that as well.
Yeah.
But it's gonna come crashing and burning, and also it's a fun little thing of the combined name would be Mount Cock. Maybe.
Mount Cock Plus.
Or P Mount.
P Mount.
Or Paracock, maybe.
Oh, good old
they merge.
Good old Paracock, yes.
Well, what are you watching that on? I'm watching it on Paracock.
Because of Corsa. Because of Corsa.
That Nick Cage Spider-Man Noir live-action show
Yeah.
still gets tossed around.
Please.
I still want
Let it happen.
I watched Spider-Verse again, I've still not seen Across. I still need to buy it.
One day you'll go beyond that.
We still
Badoomtish.
yeah.
Badoomtish.
We need to talk about the fact that Best Buy have taken out a lot of, if not all of their physical media section.
I
empty,
did not know that.
Empty shelves.
No.
Like, this is what you all wanted, but
Oh, no.
there's still enough around that we can keep it going. So please, if you do like something, buy the physical media of it, whether it be a fucking book, DVD, Blu-ray, game, CD, anything. Physical media is still important because with the rumblings on of 28 Days Later...
Oh, God.
And we got 28 Years Later coming out, hopefully, very soon. Yeah. We'll get a update on that. I reckon by the end of the year they might have, be in pre-production, hopefully. Like proper, maybe start principal photography. So 28 Days Later is not available on any streaming or video on demand platform.
Oh,
and the Blu-ray is currently out of print. Which is a lot of people, and a lot of people have attributed that to, this is why physical media is important, because streaming services don't owe you anything. You don't own anything.
No, you're just renting it.
Like they can essentially, you're renting the space. You're basically paying for a self-store container with these films in. Every so often they'll come out, take something out, put something else in.
Exactly, whether you notice it or not.
And I don't own 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later.
Do I.
So I need to. And I was going to look for it, but then it's like, it's
Any
also made me rethink.
4K video collectors, enthusiasts, Arrow Video, get on it. Criterion, re-release it in 4K.
Because if anything, it's made me sort of think of maybe when I do like a film, I will go out and just buy the physical for it. Because I need to. Obviously, I know I'm short on space, but I'm also like, do I want to risk losing it and send the impression that I don't want this stuff when I do? I totally want this stuff. It's why I bought Loki. I got a new one.
Oh, and it's not dented.
Well, I've not opened it yet. So this, I got from a manufacturer, a certain jungle.
George of the Jungle 3.
Yes, make George of the Jungle 3 with Tom Hiddleston.
Yes, I want to see that.
So I did do
Mike, you know what to do.
I did do. Oh my god, we've given him 2. We're going to have to start paying him for commission. So the last copy of Loki I bought was dented and I had to send back. And Zavi, shout out to Zavi for being normally a decent online retailer, because we can still do affiliate code. So maybe we'll probably sort that out and maybe get that. But the process this time for getting a return, like I've not broken it myself. It's arrived fucked. Like you saw it. Like it was bad.
It was really bad.
And luckily Mandalorian was still okay.
Yeah.
But and then sending it back, it's the long dubious process of you send the message, because obviously it's not got an app, so it's on the website, and then it can take up to 24 hours for them to reply to your message, but it even says, like with that, it's more like 48, so you're kind of like fucked, waiting for it. Like it's got to a point where like 2 weeks later before I got the form to return it, and taking ages, and it's like I'm just going to buy one off Amazon and send it back there. And then if I manage to get another copy, obviously you can have that one.
Thank you.
But WandaVision, at time of recording, comes out in 8 days.
Oh, pre-ordered it?
I'm just going to see how I go. I'm probably just going to get it. But also, I didn't realise The Abominable Snowmen is just about hanging on a DVD release. And Underwater Menace went out of stock on Steelbook and then they've come back on. So I'm going to order them and maybe say to Lard, do you want to just give these to me for my birthday? And then at least I've got them. And then I still need to order Celestial Toymaker. We didn't get tickets for the BFI.
Ooh, yeah.
I think we're going to have a sit down and just do loads of admin and like.
We're just going to have to join a member.
We're going to have to join as members. We'll sort out Acast. We'll sort out everything in one go, and then pay everything off.
To the tax
and then be rich. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of paying everything off, Superman and Lois has been cancelled.
Oh shit!
Do you want to have a guess why?
Because it's no longer part of the universe that it set out to be originally, and then it was part of the Paramount plus DC Revenant universe, and oh shit, we're making the films, and the film's more important. And it's Morbin time.
They don't want the series to conflict with Superman Legacy.
Oh, because the films are more important.
They don't want a competing Superman product in the marketplace.
Right.
Now, Conor, may I just ask you one thing?
You may, good sir.
No,
I've not watched it.
Technically, I can ask you this thing about multiple things.
It's a multiversal question.
Who is currently Batman in film?
Robert Pattinson.
In the Matt Reeves universe. Who
Yes.
was Batman in 2023's The Flash? You can answer all three versions.
All three versions. So no, one of them was not Robert Pattinson. That was indeed Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and unfortunately, to much horror, it wasn't Val Kilmer. It was George Clooney.
Yeah, so that's already 4 different Batmen.
Oh shit, you're right. You're right.
What?
Oh no.
So that's 4 different
You're
Batmen.
right. And they're not competing, right?
In the last year, in
Yeah.
different universes.
Yeah.
There was a TV show called Gotham. Gotham. While the DCU was still going. So while Ben Affleck was going, there was Bruce Wayne played by not Ben Affleck in the TV show.
Some guy called David. I can't think of his surname. Yeah.
And technically, if you want to count it, the Joker 2019's Joker is in a different universe. That's got a sequel coming out this year.
It does.
So presumably that's a different Bruce Wayne and Batman.
As far as we're aware, yep.
So that's in the last year and a half. 5 different Batmen.
Oh, but that doesn't matter because it's Batman. That doesn't matter.
But why does Superman...
Because he's America's pride and joy, baby. He's the one and only. We need one of him at all times.
And Barbara Henderson Broccoli says that nothing is happening yet with the next James Bond movie.
Boo. Boo.
Which is starting to get the point now where you'd at least be auditioning people.
I know, sure.
It's been 3 years since the movie come out. It's been 5 years since you filmed it because of COVID.
What's going on there?
I mean, people have said, like, I'm really starting to believe that Barbara Broccoli is more of a thorn in the James Bond franchise's side than Kevin McClory was, which is a fucking claim and a half by not perfected yet. But I can see it because it's kind of like she's very much been publicly hung up on the Daniel Craig era.
Yeah.
So it's, hard for her maybe to... She's always said it's hard for her to imagine life with a Bond without Daniel Craig. So maybe that's the thing for her at the minute. She just doesn't want to think about it and doesn't want to cast it, or she's still waiting for the right person to come along and James Bond.
Yeah. Jack on James Brown.
Who could? We'd said before, didn't we? We'd gone through the casting. Someone did a really good post. If it's any of these 3 people, I'm happy. And it's like Richard Madden, Aaron Taylor Johnson,
happy,
and then someone else of colour. And I'm like, yeah. Any of them. It might be Renee Jean Page.
Yeah, fine, Bridgerton.
Or it's someone else.
Kingsley Benedict.
Kingsley Benedict could do it. He's in his 40s though, isn't he?
I think he is.
Fucking
he's older.
hell.
Those names mentioned, he's the oldest, yeah.
He is, for a man in his 40s, he looks about 24. Here I am being 27 and I look like I'm dead.
You look like you've been hit by a ghost.
Have you seen Bob Marley One Love yet?
No, I've not.
Want to see it? Maybe we can review that next week. Because as we famously like biopics. Rocket Man. We famously hate biopics made by Bryan Singer. Yes. Bohemian Rhapsody. That looks good. That could go up. That could have been with a shout of at least top 10, if done well. Because we like the films that surprise us. We'll have to do a little post of our favourite films from the last 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021.
One for each year that we've done this.
Fucking 6 years worth of films.
6 years worth of films.
5.5, because we're 6 years in the summer.
Yeah.
And we'll finally be on iTunes that we've been promising for 2018. And imagine we start making money, but then we just die.
Wow.
Jesus.
Just like the SPUM universe.
Just like the SPUM. SPUM, up my bum. SPUM universe is
no
coming. Should we talk about it?
Next
talk
time,
about the SPUM.
Protection. No, SPUM.
Stephen Amell.
Right. Who's he? What's he done?
He's been cast in the Suits spin-off, Suits LA.
Oh, wow.
Is
that the actual name, Suits LA?
It's a very 2011 sounding show.
Suits LA. Okay. I didn't know. Is Suits still going? Did that end?
Suits ended. Suits ended long ago, I think.
So then why are they doing a spin-off now?
Because it had a resurgence on Netflix.
Of course.
Of course!
Yeah, Suits and Succession are the 2 SU shows I keep hearing about, keep reading about.
Have you watched any of Succession?
I have not. I've not watched any of Suits either. But I might change that. I might remedy that.
Suits I like. I like Suits. Well, especially the early seasons grabbed me, and then it's one of them shows I just... I'm slowly falling off.
Yeah.
But no, well made.
Not nine. What?
Nine.
Seasons? 9 seasons?
Sure.
It went on for a.
Won't
good
lie
few.
to you. Don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
I've not watched it on Netflix recently. I think I
No.
tried to and then I just didn't. So, as we go into spoilers, if you've not seen superhero SPUM film Madam Web, I haven't, but Connor's going to spoil it for me because we
Unfortunately,
essentially
I
know what
have.
happens.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So the current bottom 10
Rotten
rated
Tomatoes.
Marvel films on Rotten Tomatoes. I disagree with some of them. Do you want me to go from the worst to the not as worst?
What is the
or
worst number? What's the worst number?
9%.
9%.
Or do you want to go from 27% down? Do you want me to go down?
Yeah, go down. Yes.
Right, I disagree with this one. 27%.
27.
Ghost Rider, 2007.
Okay.
Spirit of Vengeance is much better. And CGI abs and bad wig aside, I enjoy Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I enjoy both of them.
Yeah?
They're different kettles of different molds, but
Some
they're
of these
both
maybe
lovely
should be
movies.
lower.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it gets worse. 25%. So this is the bottom 10. Bottom 10.
Okay.
So, bottom 9th,
Ang Lee Hulk.
The Punisher. 2004.
The Thomas Jane one. Oh,
2004,
no.
yeah. Thomas Jane.
I
That's
wouldn't go that
decent.
far.
That's decent. I like that one.
I'd put that personally above Ghost Rider. I don't know. I'll have Spirit and Vengeance and 2007 next to each other.
I will get to that, dear boy.
Okay, fine. All right.
24%. So in at number 7, Blade Trinity. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we
maybe lower. But
it could be lower, yeah.
Yeah.
And so could this. 22% at number
6.
7. So sorry, that was 8. Number 7 is X-Men Dark Phoenix. That definitely could be lower.
Yeah.
And to be fair, most of the fucking X-Men films could be on this.
Yeah.
Especially
Origins Wolverine.
Origins Wolverine could do. But I think we forgive it now because it's part of a trilogy that somehow does the opposite. It gets better instead of worse.
Somehow.
I disagree with this one wholeheartedly. Number 6, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. That should be outside the top 10. It's fucking amazing. Idris Elba's in it. Christopher Lambert's in it.
So what was number 9?
Number 9 was Punisher.
So 2007 was number 10. Punisher was number 9.
Blade, number 8.
Trinity.
7, Dark Phoenix.
Fine,
6,
fine.
Spirit of Vengeance.
Fine.
5, new entry, Madam Web at
Oh, wow,
17%.
5. Oh, I see. That could have been lower.
Ranking just above fellow SPUM film Morbius in 4th with 15%.
Let There Be Carnage.
Howard the Duck with 13%.
Howard the Duck. Jeez.
Yeah, weird sex. Howard the Duck, George Lucas.
Quack, quack.
Howard's
Yeah.
the key to all this.
How's he the first Marvel movie released? I don't understand.
Number 2.
Yeah.
And I think I disagree with this one a little bit. It possibly in the top 10, but definitely higher. Elektra.
I've not watched Elektra.
Elektra's not the worst.
No.
It's worse than Daredevil. But Daredevil... But together they work. Like, Elektra is very... Like, if you think Madam Web's a fucking 2004 superhero movie, go to the cinema, watch Madam Web again, and then go home and watch Elektra. And tell me you don't have more fun with Jennifer Garner hitting sandbags with some scythes. Like, fucking much better. And Ben Affleck cameos in it, so it's technically the first of a universe.
That no longer exists.
And I think unanimously number 1, because, you know, it coined the phrase worst movie ever from Mr. Sunday Movies, and is definitively, I think, one of the, if not the worst superhero film of all time, Fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Yeah.
Alright.
There's nothing in me that wants to go back.
No Venom at all in this list.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Get it?
That's valid.
I get it.
That's valid.
Because it's hot but Madam Web's hot worse garbage from what I hear.
Yeah.
And before I let you loose,
No.
I'm gonna hit you with this brick. Ow.
Pow. Smack.
Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless screenplays on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The writers, directors, and whoever.
So they've also written Dracula Untold, 25%.
Brilliant movie. Yeah.
The Last Witch Hunter, 18%.
Brilliant movie.
Madam Web, 17%.
Brilliant movie.
Morbius, 15%.
Definitely not a brilliant movie.
And Gods of Egypt, 14%. Was Gods of Egypt the one with Jamie Lannister?
Yeah. Is that? It's not.
Do you know what I'm confusing it with? Exodus, Gods and Kings.
with
Yeah.
Christian
Which is
Bale.
like similar year.
I think same year. Both
It's like when White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
both coming out near
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah, I'm with
So,
you.
not a great track history.
They
And I'll
are
read
very
this
not
review
good
so I can let
movies.
you loose, Connor, and see how much you agree with it or disagree with it. There's a Game of Thrones table there I need to get back to. I should have kept that. No, I shouldn't have because it's copyright. So
Of Madam Web.
Alan Ortega on Twitter, I hope you don't mind us using this. Just got out of Madam Web and honestly haven't felt this way in a theatre since Cats. 10 out of 10 for this Tommy Wiseau-esque approach to Catwoman 2004. Couldn't stop laughing the whole run time. And with that, Conor,
Right.
Erogenous Zone, Web of Lies, Essa.
Wow. Okay.
Give
Web
us-
of lies.
Give us your take. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Sure. Yeah.
Madam Web 2024.
Well, I think that title's a lie because it should have been Madam Web of
Do you
Lies.
want to sit closer to the mic so we can hear you? I'll just sit back. I'm going to sit back, metaphorically.
Pretend we've not had this conversation off
and
camera.
Well, we had a bit of it, but we kind
Yeah.
of just took the piss. So go for it.
Oh no, but now that's the thing. All bets are off, bub. Madam Web, Web of Lies. That should have been the full name of the movie. Spumtastic, spumless. This hasn't got any spum. This is
No spum for me,
there's
madam.
no spum.
Hold the spum.
Hold the spum. There's spiders in this movie. There's definitely no man in this universe. But there is a baby that may or may not be key of telling this film story more important than the title character himself. But where's the baby? There it isn't is because we never see the baby give birth. We never know who the baby is. They keep talking about some guy called Ben though. But
Ben
that's
Parker.
sure. That's a wild fan theory.
No, he's meant to be Uncle Ben. They said he's Ben Parker in the credits in Wikipedia.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
the
sorry.
thing. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. But that's the thing. They're more concerned about that side story because Ben Parker is friends with Dakota 50 Shades Johnson, or whatever. Because Cassie Webb, they're friends. She's on the police force, and she's a bit of a bitch. She hates life. She hasn't got no friends, and she's really down and depressed, just like a middle-aged person in the modern world. But wait, this isn't in the modern world. This is 20 years before. This is 2000.
This is 20 years before Modernania.
Yeah, Modernania back in 2003. Yet was 2003 the year where CGI security cameras and fingerprint scanners were the norm, or was this more Area 51 government top secret shit? Because Batman, the Bruce Wayne of this universe, who looks like Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy Johns on YouTube, you look a lot like him. He said it himself, so I'm fine saying it. Ezekiel Sims, the Spider-Man of this universe. Oh, he's certainly a man, all right. But my God, he's not the Peter Parker of this universe. He's no role model. There's no love with this guy. And my God, this guy sums up the word villain really, really well. He's even worse than Thanos. You really understand his motivations. You really understand and how compelling his performance was. Because, my God, all he wants is a little spider. He keeps going on about his precious spider. He goes in his mansion. He has a spider. He has a speaker on in the background as well. Just Ezekiel Sims, what a fucking character. I don't know how to even go with. Cassie has flashbacks of her mum in Peru where she sees Tobey Maguire dressed up as a fucking Spider-Man inspired Sam Raimi horror costume thing. And, the movie sort of tells us in a weird Disturbia inspired way of, look, this is how you got powers and spiders are so precious. We must protect the wildlife. Look out for the spiders. Cassie then drowns in a police accident. She's fighting the law, fighting the good fight and all of that. She then drowns and pretty much dies until she crawls out the car and then she sees waves in the water and it resembles a big giant fucking web. Just like the web her mother saw.
Webb.
Just like Mark Webb, who had something to do with this script and then fucking fucked off because they don't want to answer what universe this is and damn you, Mark Webb. You, my friend, are the reason. Well, you're not even a friend. You're the reason why this is all happening. Mark Webb is the reason why the spum is just spumless these days. Why there is spum in the first place. I don't even know. So she drowns. She sees a web in water, but mental web.
A wet web
underwater. Yeah, and and from that point onwards, she then sort of distorts. She distorts and dies. She repeats dialogue with Uncle Ben. Sorry, who's not an uncle yet.
He's just Ben.
He's just
They
just
call
Ben.
me Uncle Ben, but I'm no uncle.
Yeah, she repeats dialogue. She spazzes out. She sort of glitches in the system. You know, she didn't update her phone the day before. She just glitches, repeats conversations. You know, paranoid schizophrenia thriller. You know, do you trust her? Do you not? Trying to play this rubbish angle in a superhero movie for some reason. You know, using that technique from 20 years ago, like I keep saying to George off camera. Then it turns into Venom 2. The middle of the movie just kind of happens. She finds these 3 random schoolgirls that may or may not become the Spider Women that the film sort of advertises and promises to be in the movie. But, you know, this is 2003. They're in their school uniforms. How can these lot be superheroes? Sydney Sweeney is meant to be a 16-year-old, and they had to CGI, like, you know, not her assets, but they had to change her body and change her actual appearance.
What the fuck?
Mate, she does not. How she looked in Anyone But You is not how she looks in Madam Web.
Jesus.
She was physically altered to look like a 15, 16-year-old schoolgirl, and that was disturbing enough. But nonetheless, Cassie I'm a Bitch Webb abducts these 3 schoolgirls in a fucking, you know, in a thriller style, and you know, fair enough. These girls just want to get away and get on with their life, and you know, live out their lives. This paranoid woman kidnaps them and sort of says, you know, I'm here to protect you. You know, I'm looking out for you. You got to stay away from this man. Dude, I don't know this man. Leave me alone, you crazy bitch. All this. Ezekiel Batman Jeremy John Sims comes out of the scene and he's like, I had a dream. I keep having the same nightmare every night. And I don't know why I sound like Batman, but these 3 women, these nuts keep killing me every night, and I want to track these nuts down.
Is this Ezekiel?
Yeah, I want to track down these 3 nuts every time before they kill me every night.
This will be better than experienced in the film, so. This is all
without paraphrasing the film. This is legit his plot. He literally has visions of the 3 Spider Women about them killing him.
Oh, Mr. Jumping Stick.
Yeah, Mr. Jumping Stick. Okay, yeah, right. Mr. Before he becomes Jumping Stick.
So if he's a bad version of Spider-Man,
yeah,
why has he got no spider-based powers? Do you think they're scared?
Well, because he used to work with her, you know, Cassie's mum back in the jungle. In the jungle, the mighty jungle of the spiders sleep tonight. Yeah, and he keeps the spider in his apartment, but we never see the spider bite him. But he's obsessed with the spider.
Okay.
It's a bit weird. He just keeps it in his mansion, but we don't see.
He keeps it in his mouth.
He keeps it in his mouth. Open wide. They call me the Spider-Man.
Oh dear.
No, that should have been the tagline. You call me the Spider-Man. He's a weird lackluster character that basically has nightmare dreams or visions or fantasies to some fucking disturbed people about these 3 girls that are going to kick him out of a building, Watchmen style. And he uses these, you know, CG, you know, security camera fucking scanning technology to detect these girls down the streets. And he has his PA fucking track these people, you know, these schoolgirls down. They're not even women, for Christ's sake. I mean, this movie isn't trying. I'm not trying to make this movie sound dodgy, but you know,
it does sound very dodgy.
Very risque.
I mean, this is the script.
This is the script. I'm not even paraphrasing. Cassie adopts them, basically tries to look out for him while he's tracking these schoolgirls down. In the meantime, he dresses up as a Night Monkey-inspired Tom Holland costume from Far From Home and becomes evil Spider-Man, and he can climb on trains and webs, and he's definitely not like someone we've seen before in this universe, but let's skim over that. We may or may not have had a Spider-Man in this universe, and spoiler alert, jumping ahead, we still don't know the answer to that question. I don't know, these girls almost have a near-death experience. Cassie basically then says, oh, you know what, let's just go in the jungle, away from the city, and, you know, let's talk, yeah, mighty CGI jungle, yeah. Let's just talk about what we're going to do and, you know, keep away from the city for a while. Let's lay low, they say, for an afternoon. They then decide, they talk, Cassie goes back in the city for some reason, I can't remember why, and essentially, you know, oh, I'm going to leave these girls in the woods, bye-bye, look after yourselves, don't run away on me, I promise, we'll meet here at 7 o'clock, bye. These girls are hungry, fair enough, you know, Cassie adopted them but didn't even think to give them food, so then they just say, like, oh look, there's a TGI Friday over there, you know, copyright infringement, there are other food retailers available, but, oh look, there's a restaurant over there, let's go and eat. These girls, schoolgirls in the middle of nowhere, go and eat their restaurant. They don't even think of calling 999. They don't even think about calling their parents. Oh, sorry. Their parents are away. That's the excuse. Yes, my bad. All three parents basically don't have a life. And they don't give a shit about their kids. They're away. They're absent from the movie completely. They're completely not in the movie. They basically eat at this TGI Fridays. Some boys hit on them as they do, and then they dance to Britney Spears' Toxics and other early 2000s songs that I haven't heard for donkey's years. Just, Sony trying to re-establish the time frame that this movie is meant to be in the past.
When does this take place? 2004?
2003. It's 20 years before now. Oh, because the movie says that at the beginning. It says 20 years before today. And I'm like, so what's going to happen today then? Cassie, basically rescues these girls from these evil, perverted schoolboys. Dodgy teenagers, eh? Then evil Spider-Man turns up, and they have a bit of a stake-off. He climbs on the wall and webs her up and does this really cool, I'm going to flip and spin you around shot and throw you at the window. But then the window breaks, and then she has another seizure. She gets killed,
Hooray!
And then she rewinds, and she basically goes through that same evening again and basically does it differently. That's, again, another use of her powers, quote-unquote powers. She rescues the schoolgirls. Whippy-doo, let's get away from the madman. They then regroup. Oh, I'm sorry for running away on you. We got to listen to you because you clearly know what you're doing. And Cassie's all like, but I don't know. I'm from 50 Shades of Grey, and the next thing you know, I'm a superhero. Look, Spider-Man, here he comes. Except he ain't here.
Spider-Man, he's back. The goblet of
Spider. We got to keep you away from the goblet of Ezekiel Man. And essentially, they have a boss fight. Pepsi Cola sign in the background. And the cola sign falls on Ezekiel's poor life, and Cassie doesn't do the superhero thing of, with great power comes great responsibility.
Uncle Ben said it.
Uncle Ben said
the day
he had that stroke. This whole movie was a stroke. I don't understand what I'm supposed to feel.
Say the new line. So what's the new line in this reality?
I think with great responsibility, great power will come.
When you take on great power, there will be responsibility.
Yeah.
Maybe if they'd have delivered it like William Hartnell, would you have liked it?
Oh, yeah,
fucking Chesterton, fucking...
Spider Chesterton, yes.
If you take on great power, responsibility you must take.
When you take on responsibility, great power will come, yes.
Well,
Sony, yes, that's aim at you as well.
Did you have fun watching this, or was this just shit?
This is the most honest, sincere review I think I've done on this channel. I don't know.
Ever.
I don't know how
This is the market.
I'm not even trying to skirt around the plot. That was literally as visual as it is.
From what I know, that was bang on about the plot.
Yes.
So,
yes.
The big question.
Yeah.
Out of the SPUM,
you and the viewers, you can let us know if you have any more questions as well.
Out of the SPUM.
Yes.
Where is this?
See, the more I've talked about it, I think this is now put Morbius in a better light until I watch it now.
Oh my god!
I don't know. Is this fourth?
Even
is this last?
Take out the Matt Smith sex. Well, let's have sex dance.
That's sex. Yeah, that song.
Right.
Do you want to go and see Madam Web now?
I do want to see it, just to experience. Like when you experience hot garbage.
Yes.
The Meg was not great, but I had fun with it because it was shit. Stupid.
But the Meg is way better than Madam Web.
Oh, 100%. That goes without saying. It makes it look like fucking Napoleon. But
2001: A Space Odyssey.
I just... Who conceived it? Because there's a lot of studio interference, clearly, because this poor... I forget what her name is. This poor woman who was directing it has not been allowed to direct this movie. She has had to make a film by committee. And as we know, those kind of films never end well.
British director who's done various UK TV stuff. I'm getting an S.J. Clarkson. This is her film debut, written and directorial film debut.
She was thrown into this shit.
Exactly.
Bloody hell.
Just various episodes of Life on Mars, EastEnders, Casualty, Heroes back in the day, a couple episodes of Dexter, Banshee, Bates Motel, Orange is the New Black, Jessica Jones, she did 3 episodes.
That's some really good
The
stuff.
Defenders, Collateral, she did 1 episode of Succession, And then Anatomy of a Scandal, which was a Netflix series that did really well last year. She's done loads of various 1 or 2 episodes of various things over the years.
And now this.
And to get put onto Sony's SPUM universe, which Sydney Sweeney, one of the schoolgirls in this, thinks she's part of the MCU. She thinks she's there. She thinks she's made it.
Oh, bless
This
her.
is the part of the internet you do not want to be part of. Love. This is not it.
She's part of the fucking...
The shit.
She's part of the fucking Never Say Never Again of fucking Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It's like, it comes back to the thing of, why are we having all these Spider-Man villains when there's not a Spider-Man that's been introduced in this universe, and it's got nothing to do with the wider universe?
No. And this was the movie that could have theoretically connected the dots and sort of established
Because
things.
she could travel the multiverse in a magic wheelchair.
She can see it. You can see the webs forming, literally.
If this had ended,
Underwater.
or at least had some, like the ending of 90s animated Spider-Man,
Yes.
where she takes him out of the show and like into the writer, have some shit like that. Go full on batshit with this, and not have it as some kind of work of like it is very Tommy Wiseau in its approach of this is cinema, but actually it's meant to be funny. It was meant to be comedy.
Yeah. And you know what? The best thing about the future is it hasn't happened yet.
Story, Ben.
Yeah. What a story, Ben. Yeah. Just yeah. I don't know.
Out of would you rate this as the worst?
Spiders. Oh well.
How many
many
spum?
spiders?
How many? So is it spumless or spumtastic?
No, this is less. This
Way
is
less.
And even going through this, I'm like, no, this is not good. This is not good.
So you
is
would.
this fan stick? This might be.
Have you
lower
searched?
on
Did
that
you
Rotten
search?
Tomatoes
Did
list.
you search spum?
Did I search Spum?
The spum. Does it come up with spum?
The Spumcast.
Spumcast.
Apum, no.
Spum.
Madam, I don't want that.
Madam
line.
Web spum.
Madam Web Spum. Alright, I'm just going to search Madam Web Spum and then delete it from my search history. Who is Madam Web? Madam Web Spum? Did you mean Madam Web Spum?
Yes.
Yes, that
Yes,
is
we
absolutely what I meant, because this is Madam Web, but sexy. This is what it's marketed as. And until the very end of the movie, she becomes the character.
in all of the
She's a bitch, and yet we're meant to accept that. After the boss fight, she gets a blindfold on her eye, and then she matures, she spins in a chair, and then we're meant to think, oh, look, there's the wise old
it's
bat.
blind Professor X.
Exactly. She goes from bitchy... Yeah, that's a good... No, she goes from basically bitchy X-Men 1998 rogue to Charles Xavier.
But blind.
Yeah, at the end of X-Men 1.
They missed, they could have linked it in with the fantastic Doctor Who blind acting of, I'm still blind. Yeah. Peter Capaldi would have been a better Madam Web.
I'm still blind. Am I a good woman?
Am I a good web?
Am I a good web? Yeah.
Fucking
Am
hell.
I
There
a
you go,
good-
Mike.
Am I
Last
a good
one.
web? Am
Peter Capaldi as Madam Web.
Yes.
But all because it's weird. It's tries to make it sexy because all the fucking TV spots for it. It's like she's trying to make you have sex with this film. It's
Yeah.
describes it as if AI made your boyfriend's favorite movie, and it's like,
Oh
what?
god.
You talk about you round it up post credits and linking and future.
Oh, guess what? There isn't any.
Thank fuck.
There isn't any. As
least-
soon as the
At
movie
least you got
ends.
to go home.
Oh no, that was the one positive. It literally ends with Dakota Johnson doing a blind old narration while she becomes blind and she accepts the great power and responsibility in the wrong order that she then has after the film. It then ends with the 3 Spider-Women that were advertised all over the marketing, and essentially does the ultimate sequel tease and bait of, this is what you came to see, and it literally ends with the best thing about the future. It hasn't started yet. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And that's literally basically Sony's way of saying, yes, this is the future. It hasn't happened yet, but basically if you stay during this film, it will happen. But judging by the reviews,
It's not happening.
Madam Web was supposed to be the start of a new franchise, but following the film's commercial failure, these plans were reportedly dropped. One industry insider was quoted as saying, "We're not going to see another Madam Web movie for another decade plus. It failed. Sony tried to make a movie that was a different type of superhero movie." Well, that's one way of putting it. Sony supposedly plans to rework the entire franchise depending on the success of Kraven the Hunter.
Bloody.
So that's going to be another flop, but then going forward, they're going to sort their shit out. Supposedly. Why not do it with Kraven, huh? Why not refilm the entire movie now?
Bloody hell.
I just have no idea. Am I excited for Kraven? I mean, not after that.
Were you excited for Kraven at any point? It was quite intriguing it's Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Yes.
And he was in the Marvel Universe before.
And he was Lemon in Bullet Train, which has got nothing to do with it. And
Yeah,
I
that
really
was
like
good.
him.
That was
Yeah,
a good thing.
That was great.
And there's going to be no... This is presumably back in the SPUM 1, the main SPUM verse. Because this is SPUM adjacent. This is SPUM AC1.
This is the U-Spun. This is the Ultimate Universe where nothing of it matters. Unless Miles Morales comes over and gets killed off. Unless Dakota is meant to be the Miles Morales of the SPUM. And she's the thing that carries over into the main SPUM universe.
Jesus Christ.
I don't understand what they were thinking, how anyone, through various script rewrites and revisions, because I mean, this has been in hell for, 20 years at least? This was back in the
hell for however long the
early
runtime was.
2000s. This is meant to be one of the early Sony movies, back during the Maguire days, that they were trying to do a Madam Web movie. It's how the fuck has it gone to this point? I don't get it. And how Sony have gone 4 movies in without a unit in their universe that they're trying to establish, whilst the Tom Holland legal thing with Marvel deal is happening. They're establishing a Spider-Man universe, but without a Spider character in it. And this literally teases us. He's on his way. She's giving labour. Her water's broke, and she's coming, but without answering none of the other questions around it. And this, without forcing it down our throats. Like, this could have been the movie to kind of give us a glimpse of what should have already been established prior to this, but this literally does nothing with its time. It doesn't answer anything, it doesn't establish nothing going forward, and it just pisses off everyone. So, absolutely not.
So, 10 out of 10.
This is like -1 spider.
Would you want people to go see it?
I want you to experience it. You, the audience, and George as well. I want everyone to experience
it in the cinema. Try not to give them too much money.
If you can.
Shall we end with the fabulous things Dakota Johnson has said on the Madam Web press tour? She's seen exactly 4% of Marvel movies, which she says is about 15 minutes of one of them.
We don't even know which one it is.
Suggests her stunt driving should get her an Oscar.
Yeah.
On an interview on, I think it was one of the morning shows in America, that she'll be doing 35 Marvel movies for the rest of her life.
Brilliant. Or not this
Our favourite one, accurately naming the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I've got the sound on, so that's great.
Can you name the 3 Spider-Man Tom Holland movies?
Really accurate.
Yeah.
Should I just go on faith?
Yeah. Oh. Spider-Man, here he comes.
Here he comes, yes.
That's number 1.
Yep.
Spider-Man, and he's back. And the other one, the last one is the Goblet of Spider-Man.
The Goblet of
revealed on an interview with Kiss that she's constantly trying to get her best friend arrested.
What?
Yeah, like any pranks
in
you do.
universe or not?
No, like in real life.
What a weird marketing tool.
There's an earthquake in the middle of her interview with Entertainment.
Okay, what?
She's friends with Elizabeth Olsen, and
Great.
Elizabeth Olsen said she had a great experience with Marvel, and she thought she was in the MCU, but she's not. When she was asked which female Marvel movie character she liked the most, and she didn't say any, even though she's friends with Elizabeth Olsen, who's the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, God damn it.
When she quipped on SNL that Madam Web is like, if AI generated your boyfriend's perfect movie.
What?
And she's a fan of Bully Maguire and wants to bring him back.
I mean, they belong together at this rate. Cassie Bitchy Webb and Bully Maguire from that Spider-Man 3 timeline where he never got back with
at
MJ.
Heroes Unbound on Twitter.
That's
next week, they're posting funniest moments from the Dune press tour featuring Rebecca Ferguson being endlessly iconic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So there we go.
Heroes Unbound. Only on X, or are they like another...
They're on Twitter. Let's not fucking call it X. Oh, and there's a Beatles thing that we can talk about next week. If we talk about Bob Marley, we can talk about the 4-part Beatles biopic.
What? 4-part?
4 separate biopic films works. It's a POV for each member of the band.
Are they all coming out same or not?
You sound like Obi-Wan Kenobi, mate. I'm at least trying to sound like a generic version of all 4 Beatles.
I sound like Mr. Sunday.
Do you know who does a really good impression of the Beatles? Peter Serafinowicz.
Peter Griffin. Lois.
Give them the contact information.
Hey,
so we can leave.
audience. You found us on YouTube, and I don't know how long I can do this accent for, Lois.
What
But
the fuck? What the fuck is that?
me, Peter.
Oh
Peter Porker.
I was thinking about a radioactive DVD of Family Guy.
Radioactive DVD, yes. Back in my day, VHS.
What the fuck is you alright? Has Miss Film broke you? Oh my god.
Glitch in the
Ladies
system.
and gentlemen,
89 degrees Fahrenheit.
this is the end
89
of
degrees
the
Fahrenheit.
podcast.
89 degrees Fahrenheit.
If you want to get in contact, contact@gmail.com for the emails. Please get in touch so we can have...
No, it's not the key, Peter.
Please get in contact if you have any problems that you want sorting out, or if you want to just see if Connor's okay. At Face the Sheep across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and I don't know, Yahoo search. Which Peter's in Madam Web?
Peter minus 3000. As much as I love you, I love you all.
The best thing about the future is this podcast hasn't happened yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Connor might not, he might be in a psych ward.
No, I'll be part of the 2003 Ultimate SPUM universe. That's the Stephanie. With Peter 3000, who's definitely not Spider-Man.